Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Milwaukee Brewers at County Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Jeff Robinson, whose record is 0-1 with a .270 ERA. And pitching for the Brew Crew is Jaime Cocanower, whose record is 3-4 with a .559 ERA. Okay, we demolished the Indians in Game 3 of that series. We took 2 out of 3, and I felt pretty good about our offensive output. I struggle with, where we are with our bullpen right now. We are kind of cycling people to the minors and to the majors as we try to give some of our pitchers who are on major league minimums a chance to go to the minors, get some rest, and then come back up, and then be ready for the entirety of the rest of the season. So, I don't expect our bullpen to be perfect, but we did get blowed up late in the game yesterday as we brought in Dave Rozema in his last appearance in the bullpen. He gave up 5 runs. He will go back into the rotation, which we're all a little apprehensive about, but I think he'll suit us better in that situation. But yeah, we had a big game. We had 6 extra base hits yesterday, and Kevin Bass went 5 for 5, including a home run. So all in all, it was a victory. That's all we can ask for. So we'll take it. We had a day off, so everyone is rested as we head into the first game of a 3-game series. The last 3 games of this 9-game road trip. We go to Milwaukee here to face the Brewers. And we have Jeff Robinson on the mound, who's making his 2nd start of the year. So let's go ahead and get started with today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along, like and subscribe to the channel. As a reminder, at the end of the month, a couple days away now, we will have our end of the month standings league leaders video. In that video, we will preview the draft that'll take place on June 8th in this game. So we'll do a draft preview. We're drafting 23rd, so it's going to be tough for us to get somebody who can help us, in the long term. But you never know. The game draft's weird, so we might be able to get somebody decent. Jeff Robinson, as I mentioned, making his 2nd start. All the bullpen is ready to go. We have sent down Brian Kelly, and we've called back up Carl Willis, who was with our team coming out of spring training. So our right-handed relievers, I'm not super excited about them. We've got Montgomery, Carl Willis, and Dave Gumpert. And really, at some point here, I think we're going to have to make a trade for a more reliable right-handed setup guy. Here is our lineup for today. It's all of our heavy hitters. Kevin Bass absolutely deserves another shot to play today. He will be in center field in place of Chet Lemon, who did have a hit and an RBI in yesterday's ball game. Otherwise, our lineup is all of our best players. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown for today's ball game. Batting leadoff in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting second at second base is Sweet Whitaker. Batting third at first base is Greg Brock. Batting cleanup and DHing is Kenny Smith. Batting fifth at third base is George Brett. Batting sixth in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting 7th and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting 8th in center field is Kevin Bass. And batting 9th is the shortstop, Alan Trammell. Okay, here's Jaime Cocanower. Cocanower, not a good pitcher at all. He is 3-4 in his 11th start. He has a .559 ERA, 20 more walks than strikeouts in 66 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .282. I guess that's what they do. They've batted .282 against him in 4 out of 5 seasons. I mean, come on, game. Jesus. That's ridiculous. He does have a complete game this year. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. The splitter. This is best pitch. It's rated a 90. That's pretty solid. Overall, he is an 80. The 27-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of the year. You got to keep in mind that the Brewers have had 3 of their starters on the IL already this year. Higuera, the Cy Young Award winner, is back now. We won't see him in the series, which is good. Plus, they have Tom Candiotti, who will be back in 4 games, so we won't see him either. And they also have, who was the other dude? Pat Travers, that's who it is, who is not a great pitcher. But so they're struggling. Let's take a look at their defense. They have completely revamped their defense, and this is kind of amazing. They have Mark McGWIRE at first. Third base is ASADOOR, both below league average. Their catcher is terrible. It's Ike Hampton getting a spot start today. What is his arm? It's a 76. And in center field, they have Bob SKUBE with a 59. Right fielder also below league average, which is Dante BICHETTE. So, I mean, this is a terrible defensive team, despite having Mike FELDER out in left field rated a 90. We'll talk more about their offense when we get to it here. Okay, let's get some runs on the board here with Kirk GIBSON leading off. A terrible pitcher and a terrible defense. You got to feel good about this as Gibby hits it back to the pitcher, Cocanower, who can't handle it. And Gibby is safe at first. We absolutely have got to run on that catcher. It's Gibby. This will tell us a lot about how today's game is going to go. We're safe on an error, but can we get Gibby to second safely? Fastball down the middle, and he is safe at second. That is GIBSON's 17th stolen base of the year. He's 17 for 20, and we're not even through the month of May yet. Runner in scoring position. That pitch was called a strike, so it's an 0-1 count to Lou. 2-2 now, and WHITAKER pops it up on that pitch that was outside the strike zone. 1 out. Here is Greg Brock. Brock had the day off yesterday. Coming back with a base hit to center field. That'll score Gibby. It's 1-0 Detroit. Do we want to go for 2? I'm going to say no. Not with Kenny Smith up. Smith hit his 14th home run of the year. He walked twice. All the guy does is get on base and hit dingers. An 0-1 count to Smith and a base hit to center field. We will send the runner to third. Brock is safe. It's first and third, 1 down, and George Brett up. Now we will hit and run here. George Brett is leading the team in grounding into double plays. So a ground ball should score a run. 1-0 count to Brett. I don't know what that is, a comebacker? Another error on the pitcher. Oh no, Cocanower. He didn't bring his glove. A run scores, that's unearned. Actually, all the runs are unearned. So this game is playing right to its strengths by totally screwing everybody over in the game except for the pitcher. So it's first and second. I guess most importantly, a run scored. Here's Glenn Wilson, also double play prone. Trying to break out of his slump. And a ground ball to short. That will be a double play. Yeah, very predictable. We go to the bottom of the first. We do get a couple runs on the board. Now let's take a look at this Brewers revamped lineup. They just traded Paul Molitor, I believe it was to the Angels. And they got Mark McGWIRE in return. And they called up Dante BICHETTE. So let's take a look at this lineup. Batting leadoff in left field is Mike FELDER. Batting second at second base is Randy Reddy. Batting third in right field is Dante BICHETTE. Batting cleanup and playing first base is Mark McGWIRE. Batting fifth at third base is Randy ASADOOR. Batting 6th at shortstop is Ernie RILES. Batting 7th in center field is Bob SKUBE. Batting 8th and DHing is Dick Davis. And batting 9th is the catcher Ike Hampton. Okay, Jeff Robinson making the start today. This is his 5th career start. He pitched a pretty good opening game. He went 6 2/3, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. He did not walk anybody, and he struck out 5. I tend to think the game is going to screw him over today, but we'll find out. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 50%, so also 50% fly balls. Splitter, that's his best pitch, rated an 88. Fastball rated an 83. His overall has jumped up to an 85. He went from an 83 to an 85. The 22-year-old righty will go to arbitration at the end of the 86 season. Okay, let's take a look at our defense. We are solid everywhere you look. We do have Bass in center field. He's the lowest rated outfielder. And we have Kennedy behind the plate today, who's playing very good defense. Okay, here we go. Mike Felder leading off against Jeff Robinson. 2-2 count to Felder, and a base hit into right field. No surprise. Every leadoff batter gets on in this game. Randy ready with a runner on first. They don't have a single member of their everyday lineup over the age of 26. Not including Davis or Hampton, of course. Felder steals second, as predicted. That's his 17th stolen base. Runner in scoring position. Now for Randy ready, and a ground ball. No, it's a line drive, I guess, to first. And they double off Felder. Okay, well, we'll take it any way we can get it. Great job by Brock, heads up play. So here is Dante Bichette. Now, let's just look at him real quick. Yeah, he was drafted by Milwaukee in 1981. So he is called up. He's got a lot of power. Doesn't take a lot of walks, it looks like. And not really great defensively. I mean, he's really still should be in the minors, getting some more seasoning. But they are going with the youth movement. So I guess you may as well call up Dante Bichette. And Bichette pounds it into the dirt. And Kennedy makes the play. I was almost certain that was going to be an error. It usually is. So maybe things are going our way. We go to the top of the second inning. And Terry Kennedy will lead it off. He had 2 doubles and 4 RBI yesterday in that slugfest. Batting .328 with 3 home runs. Who'd have thunk it? And maybe another double. Get down. Get past SKUBE. Kennedy has his 11th double of the year. He has nearly as many doubles as he had last year in twice the at-bats. Runner in scoring position. Here was yesterday's. Well, we had many heroes, but I think our biggest hero. He went 5 for 5 and jumped his average from 200 to nearly 300. In his first plate appearance here, he pops it up into foul ground right on the... Oh, it's dropped by the catcher. Oh, no. Oh, that's the 3rd error in 2 innings by the Brewers. Oh, man, that's ridiculous, but I think we just have to let our players take cuts here. Alan Trammell has 4 career home runs versus Cocanower. I wish I could know that in advance without doing tons of research. You can find out, but he should have been further up in the lineup, right? Maybe he's right where he needs to be. There's a ground ball to short. They do not turn the double play, so we'll give Trammell an RBI as a run scores. It's 3-0. Bass standing on second for Gibby. Now, Gibby is a good RBI guy, but having him at the top of the lineup has really sort of curtailed any opportunities. He's going to take advantage of it here with a double down the line. Oh, no, it's going to be caught by the right fielder, Bichette. Bass will advance. I thought that was going to get over his head. So the Brewers defense does make one good play today, as Bass is on third now for Lou. Lou 2 for 17 against Cocanower. And a 2-2 count, and Whitaker pops it up. So we're going to strand that runner at third. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Here it is, Big Mac. Big Mac was just tall and lanky back then, right? I mean, this is him representing the 1984 USA baseball team. This is his rookie card. You can buy one for about $20. If you get it graded, it could come back being a $500-600 card, coming back graded at 10. I highly recommend it. It's a good cheap card to get for a collection. McGWIRE, ground ball to short. Trammell making the play. 1 out. Next up is Randy ASADOOR. High fly ball to right field. ASADOOR was the Rookie of the Year in 1981 in our sim. 2 quick outs for Robinson, and Ernie RILES will step up. First true left-hander in the lineup, and a ground ball to short. Trammell makes the play, so Robinson looking good so far today. We go to the top of the third inning with Greg Brock leading off. Cocanower at 36 pitches, 2-0 count. Fly ball into right. So far, Cocanower's been his own worst enemy with the 2 errors that he's caused, but he has not walked anybody. Smith is a good guy to walk. 2-0 count. Fly ball to left. Two down for George Brett. Brett 1 for 5 in his career versus Cocanower. And he rips it into right. That one gets down and gets to the wall. Brett has himself a double. Himself? I don't know. 10 doubles for George Brett. Okay, we have a runner on second. 2 down for Glenn Wilson. Wilson just desperately needs a break out of this slump. Striking out. Damn it. His average drops down to 249. I mean, not everybody can always crush it in that lineup. We go to the bottom of the third. Bottom third of the lineup with Bob SKUBE leading off. SKUBE batting .268 with 6 home runs. He was the first baseman for this team last year. And then he was converted to his regular position in center field, but he is not ready for prime time out there. Dick Davis is up next. Davis, a great defensive player. I have no idea why he's the DH. He's 98 in left and a 93 at first base, and they have him DHing. I guess because Felder is a 90 in left field, so left field's covered already by a younger player. He grounds out to second. And here's Ike Hampton. Look at this guy. He was out of baseball by 1979, and he is still hanging on, getting a few at-bats every year. You got to think you have somebody better as a catcher backup option than a 63 rated catcher. And it's a hard ground ball to first, and there's out number 3. We go to the top of the fourth. A combined 1 strikeout between the 2 starters today. Here's Terry Kennedy, who is as hot as anybody in the game right now. Doubled his first time up. And a base hit to left. Can he get another double? Oh, that should have been a guarantee. How is it only right there? We saw it go to the wall. You can't get greedy. Kennedy will be held to a single. You can't barely contain that guy. Here's Kevin Bass. He's 0 for 1. Line drive to center. SKUBE adjusts, makes the catch. 1 out for Trammell. Trammell, a ground ball to first. Are they going to turn 2 on the catcher? No. Smart play was just to step on the bag. So Gibby will get another shot at driving in a run. Kennedy in scoring position. And a slow roller to second. And that will end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Game is moving along now. Back to the top of the lineup with Felder, who singled, stole second, and then was doubled off. Oh, he's dropping down a bunt! You don't see that very often. It was a line drive right at Brock. So a botched attempt, but nonetheless, tricky. I like it. Okay, here's Randy Ready with one down and a base hit to center field. Ready with the second hit for the Brewers today. Here come the heavy hitters. It's Dante Bichette with one down. And Ready is caught stealing second. What were they thinking? They are just really trying to manufacture a run here. Kennedy guns him down. So 2 outs, 0-1 count, and Bichette will foul it off on the first base side. Enough room for Brock to make the catch. We go to the top of the fifth. Robinson looking good so far, getting helped out by some inept base runners. We go to the top of the fifth. Whitaker leading off. Whitaker, Brock, and Smith. Whitaker strikes out. What is going on? Why is Cocanower not walking every other batter here? He's plus 20. Well, plus 18 now, yes. Brock with a base hit into center field. There we go. 6 hits for Detroit. Runner on first for Kenny Smith. 1 for 2 today. A ground ball to third. And a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. We go to the bottom of the fifth. I'd like to see Robinson get through the fifth inning here. Mark McGWIRE leading off, 0-2 count. Robinson still looking for his first strikeout. That was a deep fly ball to the wall. Gibby making the catch. That's the hardest hit ball off Robinson today. One down, ASADOOR taps it back to Robinson. And the pitcher makes an error. That is the theme for the day. That's the third pitcher error. Will that open the door for the Brew Crew? A couple lefties are due up. It's Ernie RILES. I can't imagine ASADOOR will be running, but you never know. An 0-2 count to RILES. There's a ground ball to second. Can we turn to? Yes, we do. I wonder, I'm going to take a half a second here and look at my county stadium defensive ratings. Double plays are 5% less likely here. So, I don't know. That's the third double play of the game. We'll take it. We go to the top of the sixth. Tigers are up 3. We got all of our runs in the first and the second inning, and then the pitcher settled in. Here's George Brett leading it off. Hot shot to first. McGWIRE scooping it, stepping on the bag, 1 out. Glenn Wilson flips it out to right on a line, caught by the right fielder Bichette and Terry Kennedy. He's 2 for 2 today, and a 2-2 count. He rips it into right. A 1-2-3 inning for Cocanower. He's looking good all of a sudden. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the bottom third. Now, I know I'm jinxing ourselves here, but Robinson has faced the minimum batters. I know it's not a perfect game, but kind of impressive. Here we go, Bob SKUBE. Line drive into the gap in left center field. And Gibby makes a 2-base error. There's the 5th error of the ball game. This is kind of ridiculous now, right? I mean, I don't get it. But apparently this is how it's going to be. So Dick Davis striking out. There we go. Robinson, his first strikeout. 1 down, the catcher Mike Hampton. full count. And a 2-run shot by the worst player on the team. It is now 3-2. Hampton's first home run of the year and second home run total since we've started the sim. So naturally it makes sense that he would hit a home run. Rated a 63. Great job, Gabe. Good job. Makes sense. Felder grounds out to first. Only one of those runs are earned because you can't really have earned runs in this game. And then Reddy strikes out. After not striking out anybody all ball game, suddenly Robinson strikes out too. And he gives up the 2-run shot to Hampton, his first of the year. We go to the top of the 7th. We need to get some runs here. There's no way Jaime Cocanower should be pitching like this against us. Kevin Bass at a 3-1 count stupidly takes a swing. That ball was way outside for ball 4. We're definitely not patient today. 2 down. Here is Gibby. I guess I did jinx us as Gibby strikes out. Cocanower is crushing it right now. I did jinx Robinson by saying the minimum batters, right? We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. He absolutely deserves to keep pitching, even though it's a little bit of a risky proposition. Hard hit, ground ball to Whitaker. It's not his fault the defense sucks today. 1 out, here's Mark McGWIRE. First pitch swinging. Line drive in the left. Out number 2, and Randy ASADOOR, who does lead the team in home runs, pops it up into foul ground. And the play is made by Brock. I think that will probably do it for Robinson as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Here's Lou Whitaker leading off, popping it up. Yeah, like we got all of our runs early, and the game is just not going to give us any more. We'll take a look at the in-game stats. After yesterday's offensive output, we probably maxed out on our runs. I mean, we're all popping up and tapping it back to the pitcher. Although that's no guarantee with Cocanower today. Wow, Smith crushes it. Off the wall for a double. Okay, there we go. Finally, we break through. Smith, that's only his 4th double of the year. If it's not going out, he's not hitting it. All right, he's 1 for 3 on the day. Smith is 2 for 4. George Brett is 1 for 3. He's got a double. And he strikes out looking. Come on, man. We got the lefties coming up, so Robinson will come out. We will bring in Dave Rucker, who as of late has been kind of struggling. He will be the next pitcher to be set down. 17th appearance, 0-1 with a 3.07 ERA. 13 strikeouts in 14 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's got a save. He's got a bluey. Fastball tops out at 91 miles an hour. His fastball is rated in 87. Overall rated in 86. The 26-year-old lefty is arbitration eligible at the end of the year. Looking at his log, yeah, he's given up 4 runs in his last 3 appearances. And lefties crush him. It makes no sense. After last year, he was untouchable versus lefties. But got to play the odds. Yeah, this game sucks. It is so damn stupid. I can't even tell you how dumb it is. So he gets the 2 lefties out. Strikes out the righty. Switch hitter. Hampton, he'd be better off batting left-handed, but he won't do it, of course. Ground ball up the middle. Can we get a double play? Did we need it? Yes, we did. We get out of it. This stupid game, I swear to God. As Jaime Cocanower is on the verge of pitching a complete game while committing 2 errors of his own and not walking a single batter despite having a 2-to-1 ratio in walks to strikeouts. Again, this game makes no damn sense at all. If you can't count on the ratings to mean anything, then what good is it? I don't know. Here we go. 2 down in the 9th inning. And Cocanower will get a complete game today. We scored all our runs up front. We'll bring in the closer, Dave Smith. This is a guy that definitely needs a break. 22nd game of the year. 1-1 with a 1.64 ERA. 22 strikeouts and 22 innings pitched. We love that. He does walk a batter every other inning. He has 11 saves and 2 blueies. His fastball is mediocre at 88 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 50%. That mediocre fastball, unfortunately, is his best pitch. It's rated at 89. A sinker at 81. Overall at 82. The 29-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of the season. Okay, we need 3 outs, and it's the top third of the lineup. Mike Felder leading off. Here we go. Felder 1 for 3. He's got a stolen base and a base hit to right because, of course, and an error. 6 combined errors today. So this game is going to be tied here momentarily. A ground ball to short. Felder stupidly goes to third. We're going to intentionally walk Dante Bichette. To get to McGWIRE, we're going to pull the infield in. Here we go. Full count, and he walks. Infield in. Here's Randy ASADOOR. 1-2 count. Ground ball to first. Can we get a double play? No. Oh, the run scored! We had the infield in! Oh, come on! That is total horseshit. Oh, man. Oh, well, I guess they're going to walk it off. There's no way that would happen unless the game was ending right here. So I guess we have to let that happen. Yeah, an infield single is how we lose the ball game. This game is so predictable. What a bunch of crap. Tigers lose 4-3 in the 9th inning. Just a mess of a game. Jaime Cocanower is going to get the win. That's the only reason he was still in there. And the Twins are offering us a big deal here. 7-player deal. And it's, hey, will you take this bag of crap over your 2 good players? They're offering us a starting pitcher, Paul Moscow, who was already out of baseball. They're offering us a catcher who doesn't give us anything. Ron Washington is probably doing cocaine at this time of his career. Dave Edwards, a washed-up outfielder, and Randy Bush, who can't do anything positive for us, for 2 good guys. So the answer is going to be no. Plus, we're taking on all that payroll. No. Oh, man, that's a bunch of crap. But, you know, we keep losing the first game of the series, right? No, we lost the second game there. First game there, then we won the other 2. So I guess it's not a trend. That's just pathetic. Let's take a look at the standings. Now we're 2.5 back of Boston. Although they've suffered so many injuries. They just lost their catcher. They lost Bobby Ojeda. You're hanging in there. Let's take a look at the National League. And Cincinnati's in a free fall now. 3.5 back after just being tied not too long ago. Let's take a look at headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Oh, nothing of note. Okay. Transactions. John Montefusco signs a free agent deal with the Blue Jays. They definitely need starters. They're paying him $160,000 for the rest of the year. I need to update his card to say Blue Jays, but I mean, that's smart. They just lost Dave Stieb, right? So that's a good job by them. Randy Jones of Baltimore suffers an injury. He's going to miss one start. Another player who's just hanging on beyond his actual major league career. And Lloyd is just going to miss a couple of days. No big deal. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. I'm just so angry that we could not pull that game out. The game obviously decided we were not going to win that ball game. Another ruined experience for Jeff Robinson, who did not give up gave up one earned run. Cocanower gets the win. The worst ratio walk to strikeout in the game does not anybody. In fact, he only gave up one earned run, despite committing 2 errors. And then a nobody who's out of baseball since 1979 hits a home run. We were just never going to win that ball game, despite how it felt early on. We had 3 extra base hits. We could not be clutch at any time we needed it. If it wasn't for the errors, we would not have scored a run today, in fact. So there you go. We were destined to lose that game. We're going to come back tomorrow, give it a shot again with our ace, Dan Petrie, on the mound. Until then, everyone, have a great day.